All right, Greg, let's roll out that Ergohuman Gen2 model. This is the one, I think this is the combination you like the best, correct?
Yeah, this would be my favorite combination for sure. We got the leather seat with the mesh backrest. This is, I think, overall going to be the most comfortable for sure. As far as build quality is concerned, I think all these chairs are fairly similar. I think actually Eurotech has done a really good job with their chairs. We've got a ton of Ergohumans that are out in the field that are honestly like 15, 20 years old right now. So the Generation 2 made some really nice improvements on things that I think were important. Number one, the seat became more comfortable. They flattened it out quite a bit. And actually they made the lumbar support so someone like Ryan could actually enjoy it a little bit more because it was super pronounced previous. Now you can actually kind of dial it back a little bit. And these arm pads are absolutely insane. This is about as close as you're gonna get to an Aeron arm pad. Widely adjustable too, so they're gonna fit you. But I'd say the only downside for this chair, for me personally, is, or not me personally, but for others, is if you're short. The seat just doesn't get low enough for shorter users. So if you're like under 5'6", you probably need a footrest. But for me personally, it's great, it fits me great. I'm gonna go easy A on this one.
Yeah, for me, this is also my favorite combination of the chair. I love that mesh backrest. The headrest is also really nice on this. You can adjust it. It stays where you want it to be, which is great. And Greg touched on this. The arm pads are amazing. That's a big upgrade from the previous version. They are probably the closest thing, again, to the Aeron, which has just this incredible padding, but they're right there. Mesh seat, even if I had a mesh seat, mesh backrest, I'd be probably like an A- with the Ergohuman Gen 2 here. Put it in this combination, I'm at a solid A.
Yeah, I'm not quite as high on the chair as these guys are. I do think it's a very well-made chair. Eurotech has some great policies, really good consistency in the industry, so you're buying from a great company. I just don't fit in it super well because the arms just don't go quite narrow enough for me, and I do wish that it had a little bit more flexibility, but from a value standpoint, I do think that you're getting very good value at the price that you're paying. It's about half the price of an Aeron, and to me, it's more comfortable. So I'm going to be at a solid B+ on this one.
The SIHOO Doro S300 has some really unique features, some good, some bad. So they have these lower pivoting lumbar backrest features. So they really move as you pivot around in the chair. As you move your body, they move with you. Personally, I found that something about them always made me feel a little tense in my core, like I could never quite relax back in it. Even though they look fancy, they never felt super comfortable for me. And also that upper backrest, it's made to be height adjustable, so you can kind of use that top portion as a headrest. Feels pretty nice if it hits you at the right spot. Also has these armrests. They flip up, which could be great maybe if you were gaming, but for me, I just always found that I was pushing into the back portion of them and they would pop up when I didn't want them to. So I'm gonna probably go D+ because this chair is almost $800.
The issue for me is that we're comparing it to chairs like we just saw, like that Truly, the Ergohuman Extreme, potentially the Soji, chairs like that are going to give you a lot of bang for your buck. Whereas I do appreciate SIHOO's effort to try to add things that are different, change up the market a little bit with the lumbar support and the spring system and the armrest design that flip up. The problem is that it just doesn't really do anything and it adds problems that you didn't expect to happen. So for instance, I simply cannot use the armrest on this chair because right where I put my elbows is where the incline is on the back. So even if I'm just using them normally, it's uncomfortable. And if you put any pressure on the back of the arms, they flip up immediately. So you have to constantly think about keeping your arms in position to not flip them up. It's just a really annoying feature to have to deal with, which is unfortunate because the chair is incredibly adjustable. And the other thing that I really do question is just the overall build quality on the chair. You are not going to find too many $700-800 chairs with a 6-component base where you have to assemble the base together all in one. You will not find that on something from Soji or OM, these more mid-market to higher-end brands that are in the same price range. So I have a really hard time justifying the price. So while I was at a C- for comfort, like Robert, I'm going down to a D just because I don't think that the value's there on the chair.
Yeah, sitting in this chair, you really notice some of those awkward things again about the fact that these arms are picking up and tipping all the time, which just, I honestly don't even know what the value is because you normally would want to have these back so that when you recline in this chair, which is super comfortable, it's actually one of my favorite positions in the chair, you'd want to have like good support on your elbows and like your forearms, but it hits in all the wrong places. It has so many things going on for it, and I just feel like we're just spending money on things that we don't need to necessarily have or most people won't want. And the fact that you're spending $700-800 on a chair with only a 3-year warranty too is a bit concerning for me. I would expect more from that. That's one of the worst warranties of an $800 chair, I think, in the category. So there's not a lot of value. C- for comfort, I'm pretty much right on par with these guys. I'm going to drop it down to a D for overall when you think about all of it together.
If you want to see how we rank all of the most popular chairs, head over to BTODtv to see our full office chair tier list. Click the link in the description.